at the closing table with my clients.
I'm Vincent Sue.
And I'm Kim.
So from your point of view, how did this experience happen?
This was a ride. So this wasn't the first offer that we made. We actually initially made an offer on another home, but ended up backing out at some point after the inspection because we found a bunch of problems that we didn't want to deal with, and the owners didn't want to help with those issues, so we were able to get out of that contract. I think initially we were just so excited to make any kind of offer that we just went for it. What would you say?
Yeah, it was, we kind of jumped right into the process, and Alan was super instrumental in really breaking it down and explaining it all to us in easy to digest way. Because, we had done our own preliminary research, but it was a lot more complicated than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
And it was just, everything just happened really quickly.
Just to recap what happened, we just started looking. And it's like the first day that we went out and started looking at houses. And then in my mind, we were just looking to kind of get a grasp of what's on the market. But out of nowhere, one of the houses that we saw, the listing agent contacted me and was like, hey, listen, we need an offer by this date. Otherwise, their seller's going to lose a deal. So they're willing to negotiate with us and give us a good deal, give us an inspection, give us all these contingencies and terms. We go through the inspection, come to find out the house is not as in great of a shape as we thought it was going to be. So we did it, we negotiated, and they didn't want to do anything, essentially. So we backed out that deal. You guys didn't lose anything in the deal. And I think it was great to go through that experience, because when we found the house that you guys are closing in now, that was a pretty competitive situation, and we had to give up some of our terms, and we had to give up an inspection to secure that house. And if we didn't go through that first experience, I don't think we would have gotten the second one.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So it's almost like everything happens for a reason, and I'm kind of glad that it happened the way it did, right?
It definitely felt that way, like that prepared us for this and prepared us to waive the inspection and all of that, and also trust you because you know how to smooth things over and get things done quickly with your team, you and your team, actually. It's kind of amazing how fast everything came together.
And very smoothly. That was the big thing that really impressed me, was how smooth the process went from start to finish. There was no hiccups at all. It was just very, very straightforward.
Yeah, no, it's buying a house definitely takes a team, and I'm glad you guys trusted not only me, but everyone that I brought to the table. Matt Tran from Total Mortgage. How was that experience?
Matt was great. He was always very responsive. Anytime I would email him with a question, he'd get right back to me. He's also available on the phone or via text. It was like I said, just very very responsive and just easy to get in contact with.
Mm-hmm. And then also, how was Christina from Touchstone closing?
And Christina was awesome too. She same thing as with Matt. Whenever I had a question, I'd just give her a call or email, and she'd get back to me really quickly, and she was able to address the any concerns that I had,
and make it easy to understand, because there's a lot of jargon to sort through.
There is a lot of jargon. And then actually one last person I want to highlight too is Morgan from MKC, the home inspector from the first deal.
Oh yeah, he was really great. Took the time, not just to do the inspection, because we were there along with him, explain everything, so it was easy to understand, and here are some things to look for when you're looking at other homes. It was a nice learning experience for us, even if we didn't end up buying that house specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that Morgan was super knowledgeable, and on top of that, the way that he did the inspection, it was he went step by step and kind of told us exactly what to look for and kind of the rationale behind why, what was pretty important to look at, and what was maybe some stuff that was a little less significant.
Yeah, what on the priority list, this should be fixed first, or this can wait for a little bit.
Exactly.
That was good.
So any other tips that you guys have in mind? Anything that you've learned from this experience?
I learned a whole lot about buying a house and real estate that I didn't before, because it was when we first started looking, it was more casual, just browsing like Redfin or Zillow or whatever, and like I said, we had done some preliminary like readings online on like different websites, but it was still really, there was just so much stuff that it was hard to really just wrap your mind around it. Like with your guidance, it was broken down in easy to understand pieces, and now I feel like I definitely understand the process a lot better.
When we went to this place, we felt like it was a little bit out of our reach, but we shot our shot. And I guess one lesson is shoot your shot, because you never know.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that we got that offer accepted.
We did not expect for them to accept us. We were actually one of the lower bids, but our letter convinced them, which is really important.
For sure. And every single aspect of the offer, the terms and everything. And I also remember when you guys wanted to go take a look at that place, I called them, and the assistant picked up the phone and was like, "No, we're not showing it anymore."
Yeah.
And then I called the list agent. I was like, "I need to get in there," and she's like, "Offers are already kind of due. Like, we're ready, And once again, if we had not gone through the first offer, we wouldn't have been as prepared as we were for the second offer, and it all worked out.
Yeah.
And then look at you guys getting 2 accepted offers in a deal.
Yeah, that really was amazing.
One last question: how was your experience with me?
I think you're really knowledgeable. You have a ridiculous amount of energy. Like, I feel like you're really good at multitasking, and that's what makes you good at knowing the ins and outs of the deal.
I think you're super knowledgeable about real estate and just the entire process, not just the purchasing aspect and all that, but also what to look for in a house, in the neighborhood, good recommendations for what to look for. And you definitely, I think, you get to know your clients very well, and you make all the right suggestions tailored to each person's different lifestyles, their jobs, their whatever else, just to get them a good fit.
I appreciate you guys for trusting me, and thank you for doing this video. It's going to be super helpful. If anyone has any questions about buying a home, selling a home, give me a call, 617-888-2542.